I know some of you have something good to say. You just fear saying it. The moment you conceive of the idea that you're going to present to people, the nerves check in. And interestingly, I have students who actually have these nerves just when they are told to speak to the camera, not to the public, to a camera. So today I am going to give you tips on how you can deal with the nerves when they check in just before you speak to people. And I'm going to put them in steps. And for your memory to make sure that you don't forget what I said, I am putting them in P's. So 6 P's on how to deal with the nerves when you're going to speak to people. Number 1, I want you to put yourself together. If you have been invited to speak to people, the mistake many of us do is to rush, is to panic. You had your books and you find a way, you want to organize them on the table, you want to stand up, and then the chair grabs your skirt or trouser and you go into panic mode. I want you, when you are invited, we imagine you are seated, first take your time, put yourself together. I'm sure you've seen professionals, CEOs, or respectable noble people, when they are invited to speak, they just don't rush anyhowly. They put, if it's a notebook, aside, close it, and then stand up smartly, put themselves together in peace, and go to the podium. When you get there, on your way actually there, that takes us to the next P. The first was put yourself together. The second is pleasantly smile. One of the things that can help calm your nerves is a smile. A smile releases some hormones that I don't or can't explain because I am not a doctor or I'm not a psychologist. All I know that it works. And I'm telling you, it does work. Yes, I've had psychologists or biologists explain that a smile releases what, it makes you calm down and so on. I'm just telling you it works because I've used it. Smile pleasantly. Do not smile out of panic. There are many of you smile in fear of what I mean. No, I want you to pleasantly smile. And when you get at the podium, smile. Keep on smiling. And then we go to step number 3, or P number 3. Posture yourself. I am sure you've seen many public speaking trainers that tell you when you get at the podium, when you get at the stage, take this posture. The reason as why this posture is good, it gives you confidence, but it also gives you a recollection center of speaking and your hand gestures. I've seen many people who struggle with hand gestures. When they are starting their speech, their hands are down. Some are like this, some are like this, or like that. No, just get a recollection posture. So the right posture for you to take when you are standing up to speak. 1, this. These hands, just this, a little apart together, and then this. And then put it just adjacent to your belly, not below your belt and not above your chest, adjacent to your belly, as if this is pointing at, I don't know how that is called in biology, but yes, adjacent to your belly, and then speak. The reason as why this is easy is you can talk about how big something was and you come back, or how small it was and you come back to your recollection center. You may want to express how fast something is, but you come back to your recollection posture. Now that is with the hands. what do you do with the legs? Because the legs are what will give you the firmness of your whole body. I want you to put your legs a little bit apart from each other, not so apart away each other, but a little bit not close, not so far apart, but just a little apart from each other. And then do this. You firm up your body, you firm up your hands, you are in the right posture. Number one, we said, was put yourself together. Number two, pleasantly smile. And number three, posture yourself. That takes us to number four. I want you to pace yourself. Do not speed up while walking to the podium, and do not overspeed while you're going to speak. Take your time. The way I am speaking, there are sometimes when I make videos when I am rushing and I'm talking so fast, but it doesn't mean that when you are paced up, you will sound boring. Actually, sometimes when you pace your speech, you put emphasis and stress points that people need to take, but it also eases your way of pronouncing words better, but you can also recollect yourself to think of what to say next. When you catch up, maybe you can pace better and speak a little faster, but at the beginning, I want you to be paced. That takes me to number 5. Pause. Step number 5. Pause. Get at the podium. Pause a little bit. Look around. Look left. Get at least 2 people that you lock your eyes with. Let your eyes lock together. Like when your eyes are locked with someone else's eyes for about 4 seconds, 5, 10 seconds, you're smiling. And then another. Now start speaking. Paced well. Speak. In addition, I want you to adopt pauses instead of fillers. Where you're supposed to say as in he's just say he is a photographer. Pause as you think. Do not fill in the spaces as you think. So yesterday I told you we are going to prepare a good presentation. We are going to learn vocabulary or adopt new words in our wealth of vocabulary or words that we have. But if you have them and you can't think of them to use them, it won't help. But if you pressure yourself to use them and you can't remember them, you will get stuck. That's why I'm telling you, take pauses often. When you take pauses often, they calm you down, but they also allow you to think and to look around your audience. And the last one, or the last P I want you to think of is play your breath. Play your breath. The moment you learn to control your breath, you can control and prevent hypertension. You can also prevent how you feel or how your body reacts to how you feel. Now, someone might ask me, how am I going to control my breath when I'm already there? Use the tactic or the technique most people who train meditators use. They tell you, for you to learn meditation, for you to control your breath, you have to do this exercise. Count your breath. Breathe in, 1. Breathe in, 2. So you don't have to say it, but just keep quiet. So learn how to control your breath. This is an exercise you have to do way before speaking. But even when you're there and you feel like you're about to get a panic attack, just control your breath by paying attention to your breath and counting them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Even when you're speaking, you can still try to kind of pay attention to your breath as you speak. So, as we sum up, These are the things that we've learned, the 6 P's of taking control of yourself and avoiding a nervous or a panic attack when you're going to speak. The number 1 P was put yourself together. Number 2, pleasantly smile. Number 3, posture yourself. Number 4, pace your speech. You do not have to rush. No one told you that this is the speed at which you're going to speak just because someone else is fast. Number 5, pause often. Pause when you have just stepped to the stage, and pause in between sentences or after paragraphs. Think of what you're going to say next. And lastly, play with your breath. Control your breath. Thank you. Do this exercise. Try it this week and give us feedback.